Hello and welcome to episode 14 of 5. Thank you for always watching and supporting this YouTube channel. It's growing week by week. Remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss any content from this channel. Thank you. I look at him, he's one of the good goalies still left in the world. There's not a lot of good goalies at the moment. It's pretty good. If I, for example, let's make it more familiar. If I made FIFA, for example, I would give him an 83 overall. He's that kind of keeper. 83, 84. He's a quality keeper. And I look at him playing for a team like Fulham. I think they say you're never bigger than a club, but I look at a guy like Alphonse Areola. I think he's bigger than Fulham. So if I'm to choose a next possible destination for him, I would still say he should stay in the Premier League. But I look at the teams in the Premier League, which team really needs a goalkeeper, and I start looking at Everton. They've pretty much got everything, but if they can improve their goalkeeping department, I don't trust a guy like Jordan Pickford. So yeah, naturally for me, I think Alphonse Areola should be the next number one for Everton Football Club. That would really make sure that they're solid at the back. They still need maybe one centre back to come through, but if they can get a guy like Alphonse Areola, I think that would be a solid for Everton. My favorite football pundit is myself. I think I'm the best. I'm the best there ever was, the best there is, whatever, how Bret Hart used to say his thing. But in all seriousness, I really like Jamie Carragher from Sky Sports, just because I struggle to hear most of the stuff that he says. That's why he's my favorite pundit. How he speaks in his Scouse accent. I really can't hear most of the things that he says. That's why he's my favorite pundit. I do like those conversations I have with my friends, where we look at a player, we try to judge for him. He passes a bit too much, so maybe he should go to Barcelona. He runs a bit too much, so maybe he's not suited to the passing gameplay. He should go to Real Madrid, where they will give him, the ball on the counter attack. Vinicius, for example, even though he misses at the end. But you look at a guy like Erling Haaland. I think a lot of people are quick to judge him and put him in that mode of sort of like a target man, but they don't realize that just because he's big doesn't mean he can't do a lot of other things. He's very skillful. I think he's a complete forward, so I can't pick one destination where I say Erling Haaland fits best at this club. Because I think wherever he goes, he's going to be effective, he's going to score lots of goals. He comes there and he becomes the system. I think that's how good Erling Haaland is. He can be a system for any team. He comes there, then you have to build around him. You have to provide him with whatever he needs to be successful. Because if he is successful, your team is going to be successful. Look at Dortmund this season. They've been shit, they've been horrible, but it's still so good. You look at Erling Haaland as an individual, he's still so good. That's why I say I think he can fit in anywhere. Even in a bad team, he will shine bright. You will see that he's a great player. Honestly speaking, England's playing squad for the last 3 to 4 years, as they say, there's a bit of a golden generation coming through. So in terms of their squad, I don't think there's a lot of improvements that you would make. But England, for the last 9 years, ever since Fabio Capello walked out of the job, we have to be honest, I think England's technical setup, their technical team has been a point of weakness. It is one of the reasons why they haven't really performed well in tournaments, starting from, I think, World Cup 2014. The World Cup in Russia 2018 was a bit of an anomaly, and let's be honest, they only got to the semi-finals because of who they were facing. I know you don't really choose your opposition, but they really got a good side of the bracket at the World Cup, faced some of the weaker nations, fair play to them, they still had to win those matches, but I think that's what makes it an anomaly. So a lot of people give a bit of hype to Gareth Southgate, but I think they can still do better when it comes to the coaching that they're getting for their first team. I think if England get better coaching for the squad of players, they do have the potential to possibly nab a tournament. Just try steal it ahead of one of the more favorite nations. I guess that's France and Belgium at the moment. They do have the potential to win a tournament. Looking at Jesse Lingard's form and everything that's going on around, I think there's pros and cons, with the way Jesse Lingard has been performing, because West Ham's loan doesn't have an option to buy. So basically that means Manchester United are going to value him at whatever value that they see fit, maybe at the end of the season when West Ham start or open these negotiations. What's the disadvantage of that? You look at how Jesse Lingard has been performing so well, so I guess a guy like Woodward, who's more of a business guy, is going to demand a lot more. West Ham going to afford so much money to get Jesse Lingard. Maybe that could be one of the barriers, when trying to sign him on a permanent basis. But then you also look at the other side. You've brought in him. He's tried and tested in your system. You know that he can play well in your system. He performs well. He does everything well in your system. He's used to the system. So making it a permanent move is sort of like an easy thing for West Ham. So they should try to sign him on a permanent basis. I think maybe they might just get it over the line and get him on a permanent basis. So they're gonna sign him at the end of the day. Those were 5 questions for this episode. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel so that we get more exposure. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for watching TK Sports. For more awesome content from this channel, please subscribe. And also, engage with us on our social media platforms down in the description below.